Little Canada, it's Mrs. Wolf, and I'm here with a new art lesson for this week. Our artist of inspiration is David Zinn, who's a street artist from Michigan. We're going to learn a little bit about him in a minute. Let's take 5. Blow all your air out and try and breathe just from your belly. Big belly in, out. Big belly in, out. Last one in and out. Now before we go too much further, I wanted to say to those of you that were at the parade, I loved seeing you. It was so good to see your faces and your families and to wave at you and to tell you how much I missed you. Keep sharing your art with me. I love to see it. It makes me feel like we're not so far away. All right, I'm going to introduce David Zinn to you, and then we're going to do a project, and you're going to get to choose how you complete this. It might be something that you complete in your home or where you live, or it might be something that you complete outside. I may even have a little friend visiting me to help with this lesson. Where could he be? Let's learn more. Okay, so this is David Zinn. He's a street artist based in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and he's most famous for drawing this little green bug-eyed alien guy named Sluggo. But you can find many of his creations all over the world, drawn in tree stumps or using bolts in the street. He always uses found cracks or holes or even a nut like this bat nose. He finds the most unlooked at areas and creates special, amazing scenes. Let's try this at home. So the first thing I had to do was to find a little pothole, and then I drew a frog around it, and I layered a lot of my colors, but I learned some valuable lessons. Okay, so I finished my little frog, and one thing I noticed is that using chalk on really bumpy surfaces, it's really hard to get it smooth. And I tried to blow it and it got kind of like the color went away. And also I don't have any black to outline it, so it's a little harder to see than the details that he does in his, but it was really fun to build a creature around a hole. So here's my little frog. Ribbit. Ribbit. So some of you may have access to chalk or sidewalk chalk that you can use outside, and that's great. That's very much the same medium that David Zinn uses. He uses charcoal and chalk pastel. Now, if you don't have that, the idea behind David Zinn's creations is to take things that you may overlook as flaws or broken things, or even secret little corners or nooks that somebody else might just ignore. He uses them to create an environment for magical and silly creatures. So you can do this anywhere in your home. Maybe you have a crack in the wall and you want to cut out a little creature and just gently place it, maybe with some tape that's not going to wreck paint, on the wall by the crack so it looks like it's crawling out. I always do videos with this screen behind me, and I realized that I could fit a little creature in between one of these screens. So I made a little silly alien, and then I cut him out, and I can slide him right in here so that he looks like he's visiting with me while I'm working. I haven't decided what to name him yet. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Okay, so one tip for drawing your little creatures is to start with a really simple black outline and then add color. In order to get my little alien to stick in between the screen and the wood, I had to cut around his little hands so that I could slide him in and then bend him so his hands would catch the wood. But then he kind of dangles there looking like he's peeking over. I think he's pretty cute. So now you can try your own David Zinn creation, whether you do it with chalk or whether you create a little creature and tuck it into a secret spot into your home. What I'm looking for is for you to be adventurous in creating your own little simple, cartoony, silly creatures. And just like David Zinn, put them in places that people might not expect. That's the fun part. So don't forget to share your artwork with me on Seesaw, Artsonia, or in Google Classroom. And I can't wait to see what you do.